the lack of funding to these very critical organizations and this very critical service, civic education? Would you say it's deliberate and it serves a purpose to keep a vast majority of Kenyans ignorant?
Yeah, it's quite systemic. I think to a larger extent, it's deliberate. It's to frustrate some of these things, and not to mention that even recently we had a ruling. Take for instance one constituency in northern Kenya, that is Banisa, who unfortunately we lost.
They lost the member of parliament through a road accident.
Yeah, until today, the people of Banisa,
no by-election,
no representation,
no leadership.
Yeah, the reason why, it's because IBC is not properly considered in terms of the commissioners. So some of these issues, when you look at them, it dates back to the commitment we're having from our government.
But John, you're saying things are different. You're saying now there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new factor that is, changing the way the game is played. And you're saying it's technology, it's young people, it's the internet, and all the knowledge and wisdom associated with it. You're saying this is a game changer. Yeah, we are seeing, at least we are seeing a silver lining ahead. And I think what was evident recently from, of course, the Gen Z protests and the recent organizing and the civic awareness by not only Gen Zs, but the entire country, we are seeing another crop of advocacy towards affirming or trying to emphasize the need for us to be able to sustain civic education throughout the entire cycle. And I think the other thing I think we need to mention, and I want to acknowledge, I know there's a bill in Parliament sponsored by Senator S.E. Okenyuri, Mheshimiwa, on civic education, which of course will try to bring to light and try to even put more structured kind of engagement in terms of civic education. So part of that is something to do with the efforts that have been there before. And I think why I'm saying that there's some light ahead at the end of the tunnel is because we saw government actually responding to the issues that the Gen Zs brought forward. And one of them was very common and very, very open. Please adhere to the Constitution. If the Constitution says we need to have civic education budgeted for, resourced and undertaken across the country, this is something that needs to be put to light. And I'll tell you, I'm expecting and I remain very hopeful that the coming elections are going to be a defining moment for us, because these people have become more aware and they're becoming more alert. There are things that government can't do anymore. They need to be serious, they need to be tactical, they need to be deliberate in terms of their actions moving forward, in terms of organizing. Because we are dealing with a generation that is quite enlightened. Generation that will wake up today and just tweet, "We the people," Article 1, or the preamble of the Constitution, and it will trend. And I can tell you, even the mother in the village will know, "We the people." All right.
That power is something that is really exceptional and
never been seen before.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, John, and talk to us, because see, you and your team at Uraia are actually trained to be able to disseminate this information. They say with great power comes great responsibility.
Sure.
I mean, the internet gives us great power in terms of reach, in terms of access to information. But how do we make sure this information is used properly so we don't get cases of misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, people using what looks like a legit bit of news or bit of information, twisting it to be able to confuse others. You know, they say in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Sure.
Those people who masquerade as the one-eyed people, the ones who have some insight into what's going on, how do we protect this? Yeah,
I mean, I agree with you that, of course, part of our work, and I think we need, I acknowledge the challenge that we are living in a very digital active and a space where information could easily be distorted. And I think one of the ways that we are trying to address this gap is to ensure that we provide, number one, factual and timely information out there. And then, of course, approaching civic education with the lenses of ensuring that it's relatable and more practical.